What is up, guys? Patrick from NintenTalk here, back with a brand new video, and this is gonna kind of be a first impression / review of Pokemon Quest. I am joined today by Dave from Bammer TV. What's up, dude?
How you doing today, Pat?
Pretty good. And so today we're gonna be giving our first impressions and kind of going over what exactly this game is. So this is Pokemon Quest. It is a free-to-play game. It is available right now only on the Nintendo Switch, but is also coming to iOS and Android in the summer. This is a point-and-click game, and it is a battle game. It's not really Pokemon. It's kind of a different take on it. And essentially, you control a team of 3 different Pokemon, which you can level up, and you go through different levels and battle Pokemon, and ultimately battling kind of what you would call a dungeon boss at the end to progress to the next level. This is free to play. There are microtransactions littered in. So yes, the first thing that stands out to me is the graphical style. This is very different from what Pokemon is traditionally done in, and this is very much blocky graphics. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the graphics. I don't know what you think, Dave.
I'm kind of on the same page with you, man. Pokemon has come so far with their graphical engineering and their amazing 3D take on things, and now to see block figures hopping up and down on a screen, kind of first impression of that when they announced it was kind of like meh, you know. But now that we've played it a little bit, and by a little bit I mean all freaking night, I think it's a beautiful thing. I mean, it takes some getting used to, but once you get used to it, you're like, aww. And then, like you said earlier, you know, the best part about the graphics is when a new Pokemon arrives in your camp, you have no idea who the hell it is because they're all freaking squares.
Yeah, it's a very cute art style. I could see why they chose this for kind of a mobile platform, but I still don't like the whole blockiness of it. So like I said before, this is a free-to-play game. However, there is downloadable content that you can get on the eShop. Now, I'm kind of going over the prices right now. The biggest bundle that you can get is $29.99. It's called the Expedition 3-pack bundle. It's kind of like the whole bundle of the bunch. And these little packs come with things like Pokemon, different cosmetic statues. What do you think of the microtransactions?
I support microtransactions to a point. In my opinion, because we've played basically the last 8 or 10 hours or so uninterrupted without spending any money, I consider that a win for the game, and I consider that, you know, worthy of me eventually donating my money to them, because that's all it is, you know, furthering research and development for the game.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, the way they're going about it is the right way to do it, and for this particular venture, I support it.
Yeah, so if you're looking at some of the gameplay on the screen, at the top there is a battery, and it says there's 5 slots for the battery. And this is kind of how they trick you, I guess, or entice you to buy some extra stuff. So you have 5 expeditions that you can go on. And after that, your battery recharges every 25 minutes. Every 30 minutes. So in each expedition is basically going into a dungeon, facing a few Pokemon, and then facing that boss at the end. So, and like Dave was just saying, we played about, I would say, 5 hours straight before we had to wait. And it's very easy to do. And we didn't have to wait the full 25 minutes. It was kind of like a 3 or 4 minute wait. So for those of you who are wondering, you can play Pokemon Quest without buying anything.
Yeah.
Like we've been playing it religiously for the past 6-8 hours, and we haven't bought a thing. Now, there are some advantages, obviously, of buying the content. You can buy Pokemon like Lapras and Snorlax, which of course are going to be, you know, a heavy-hitting Pokemon that are going to give you advantage once you level them up. But I don't see anything unfair about this. It's definitely not pay to play, although Lapras and, you know, that's going to give you a big advantage, especially in some of the earlier levels.
I'm very curious to see if Lapras and Snorlax are exclusively from the eShop, or if they're going to be in the game anyway and then you can just get them easier through the eShop. I want to see that, because if they're exclusively through the eShop, then, you know.
That's kind of fishy.
Yeah. So I wanted to really go over the battle mechanics with you guys really quick. So when you go into a dungeon, your Pokemon move around on their own, and they go up to the opposing Pokemon on their own, and they use their using a Pokemon Go term here, their fast attack on their own. So they are automatically doing stuff. You don't have to do anything. But for their charge attack, again, Pokemon Go term, that you have to manually press, and that has a cooldown time as well. Obviously, the charge attack does heavy damage. As the dungeons progress, different types have different advantages. The one we were just playing has a ground type advantage, and our Onix was doing phenomenally.
So that's a big thing, because at first I didn't even know this. The Pokemon move on their own.
Yeah.
The only thing that you're controlling is, as far as battle mechanics, is the actual attack.
Yeah.
So you're hitting each attack, and once it finally recharges, then you can hit it again.
Yeah.
However, location that your Pokemon is placed has an effect on the damage, because some attacks only go straight.
Yep.
Other attacks go in a kind of like whirlwind motion. So there is some strategy on when and where to use the attacks, which
Definitely.
I thought was pretty cool.
Definitely. And like for not to give a spoiler, but Magmar's Fire Blast, it literally just goes right in front of them, and it's a big star of fire. So, it's one of those things where it doesn't have any leeway. It's only going to be that one area, and that's it. So you have to plan that out a little bit more accordingly. But battle mechanics leads right into leveling up, because as you're defeating these monsters, even if all your Pokemon faint during the battle, you still get experience points, which I think is really cool, because I hate those games where you get all the way to the end, you lose against the boss, and then you lose all your EXP.
Yeah.
I hate that. But this game doesn't have that, so thank God. As you level up, you get a certain amount of experience per level. I don't know if it's a set number or if it depends on how many Pokemon you actually defeated in the game, in the level. But leveling up seems pretty easy. You get achievements for the more times you have Pokemon level up on your team. And those achievements can come anywhere from being Pokemart tickets to being items and for cooking and all that kind of stuff.
Leveling up is accurate to the game as well.
Yeah.
So each Pokemon has a different level when you encounter it, and when you when you have your Pokemon, the levels in the game translates exactly to this game. So our Ivysaur evolved into a Venusaur at level 32. Yep. Exactly like the game. And when you do evolve your Pokemon, they do gain some stats. In terms of replay value, I think that this game definitely has some longevity to it. I mean, first of all, guys, this is free to play. Me and Dave have been playing this game for, I would say, safely 7 hours without purchasing anything. We're coming up to some of the last worlds, but we're gonna always come back for more. Like, this game it's fun to play. So achievements is something that we kind of emphasized on, and for each achievement, they're all different. So defeating a certain number of fire Pokemon or evolving a certain number of Pokemon, and you can actually get Pokemart tickets with this, which is the currency of the game. To recharge your battery, it's 25 Pokemart tickets,
which you automatically get depending on if you have not bought into the game or not. If you end up buying packs, you get a higher number of tickets every 22 hours. But for the basic level, not buying into it right now, you get 50 tickets every day. And you can save those, you can use those. Like Pat said, it's 25 to recharge your battery. It's 50 for some of the shrubbery and decorations in the game. And all of the shrubbery and decorations have a function. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So it's actually, if you're going to be, if you decide to use money and to buy these things instead of, just saving up your tickets, you're going to be in for a treat. I can only imagine what it's going to be like, which kind of makes me wonder what I'm going to do when it comes out on mobile.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be rough. So, with that being said, Pokemon Quest, we've put in probably about 7 or 8 hours. Final thoughts? Would you be enticed at all to maybe purchase some of this downloadable content?
I really think I would. Usually right around where we are in the game right now, where we have to keep waiting for stuff, is when I start being like, all right, if I can spend $2 to make this go away, that would be great.
Yeah.
And, every now and again that happens, but, I can totally see myself buying into the game at some point or another. I don't know if it would be to get special Pokemon or if it would just be to buy ticket packages and shrubs and stuff like that. Because I kind of like, doing my own thing with the Pokemon. But, whatever.
Yeah, anyone that buys this game, my suggestion would be play this game for a couple hours, 2 to 4 hours, because you can play it completely free for that. When you start getting up to like the 7-8 hour mark, that's kind of when you guys can judge for yourself whether or not you want to invest some money into this. But for me, I think eventually I might, dip in and see, like, because it does greatly increase your enjoyment with this game. Like there are some upgrades where you can upgrade your battery life, so you get another expedition per playthrough.
Some of the decorations give you more item drops for a certain color of items.
Yeah. Overall, I think the Pokemon Company knocked it out of the park with this.
When we saw it get announced on our phones on Twitter, we were looking at it and we were like, "What in God's name is this? Are you kidding me? My beloved Pokemon! What have you done to my Pokemon?" And now we can't stop playing it.
Yeah. I'm still not crazy.
If that tells you anything, guys, in less than 12 hours, we've done less than 24 hours, we've done a complete 180 on the whole subject. So
yeah, still not crazy about the art style, but it is a mobile game. It's probably going to look a lot better on phones, and it's going to probably, it's built for phones. The fact that you can play it on the Nintendo Switch is kind of a bonus, I feel.
Yeah.
Another thing, you're seeing all the footage is from docked mode, and we were using the controller, the analog stick, to control the pointer. This game probably plays a hell of a lot better with touchscreen. It does offer touchscreen support on the Switch, so I would recommend touchscreen for this game in particular, but we were playing it on the TV and it worked great. So
yeah. I mean, some of the coordination could have been a little bit better, but
But all in all, I would highly recommend Pokemon Quest, and I'm going to continue playing it.
I'm going to continue playing it too, and when it comes out on mobile, I'm going to hop on there, and, another reason to buy a Switch, I guess.
There you go, guys. Well, thank you very much. I am Patrick from NintenTalk.
And Dave from Bammer TV.
And we will see you later.